Beads Fab Friday. And it is February 6th of 2026. Can't believe it. I am live today. This is the first time I've been live this week because I am just back from the Tucson gem shows. Had a great time, but I'm so tired. I'm super excited about today because I haven't really been in my studio for like a week, and this show is super fun. So I was really looking forward to hanging out with you guys today. So let me know that you're here today. I see Michelle and Thaisa are here today. I love these ladies. I'm so glad that they're joining me. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Jan T. Hello, Leah. So you guys, it's Friday. I hope everybody had a great week. I hope that maybe it was a productive week, a fun week, a good week. And if it wasn't, maybe this is a start of a great weekend for you. And yeah, I think we should all have a great weekend this weekend. Are you with me on that? Let me see who else is here. Francie is here. Jane is here. Judy is here. Oh my gosh, you guys. Mary B is here. Moni is here. Oh my gosh. So it is Friday, February 6th. We are live today. And you guys should all know that we're in the midst of a warehouse clearance sale here at artbeads.com. That means 50 to 75% off. That is an amazing deal. We got to make room for new stuff. So we're clearing out the old stuff, making room for the new stuff. And this is a great opportunity to get some treasures, you guys. I always check out the sale for you. And I can tell you, I saw some clasps. I saw some leather. I saw check glass. I saw some super duos. So you guys, it's a good sale. And we're still offering free USA shipping for orders $49 or more. So that is all really good stuff. I hope that you guys will check out that sale. And I should also remind you too, so when you go to artbeads.com and you see the top of the website, there's usually a screen that kind of rotates. It changes as you watch it. One is about the sale, which you can click on and you can learn about the sale, and it will take you to all the sale items. So if you don't want to search for them, hunt for them on the website or come upon them on the website, you can check out just the sale. You can also check out the brand new butterfly beads. That's also another banner that's there. You can click on that and see all of the beautiful butterfly beads. If you watched any shows this week here at artbeads.com, Julie and Becky did shows about the butterfly beads, and I'll be doing one coming up. But those shows were fantastic and showcased the beautiful butterfly beads. I'm in love with them. I can't tell you how much I am in love with them. It would be weird for me to tell you how much I'm in love with them. So, there's also a banner for, Hearts and Love. So kind of our Valentine's Day headquarters. All the things that you might need for Valentine's Day. I know it's coming up quickly, but you could probably still get some things to you, or you can plan ahead for next year. I always like to buy stuff at the end of a season because sometimes those things don't come back again. So if you have them, they seem like they're brand new, and you can introduce them as new and cool things that you're using in your design. So I just suggest maybe you shop for next year, or if you're like me and you love hearts, I use them all year long in my design. So yeah. So you can shop that section as well. So lots going on, lots of cool things. We have a really cool show today. Let me go back and make sure I saw everybody that jumped in. There's a lot of you here today. Thank you guys for being here. Happy Friday. It is Friday. We should all be glad and happy and breathing a sigh of relief that we got through the week. Kathleen is here from Delray Beach, Florida. Hello. Hi, Gina. Thank you. Yeah, I was at the Tucson Gem Show this week, or Gem Shows this week, and this girl is tired. It was a lot. Robin is here. Pam is here from Nebraska. Hi, you guys. Linda from snowy Ohio. That maybe you like the snow, so that's a good thing, Linda. But yeah, not me. Hannah from Iceland. Hello. Gail C is here. Sue from Iowa. Yes, Sue, I've been out of the box now for a couple of weeks. I'm so happy. Oh, that was crazy, crazy, crazy. Thank you, Santa Barbara girl. Thank you guys for being here. Nancy is here from Kansas. BJ is here. She says, it looks like she's got snow. Del Rey says, happy Friday. Can you help me with crimping? I struggle with my wires crossing. Del Rey, I don't have any crimping in the show today, but please come back either to my Monday show or to my Friday show coming up, because I believe I've got some crimping in that show. So stay tuned, because I do a lot of crimping here, but today we're not doing any crimping. So I don't think we'll have time to fit that in today, but please come back. Mary from Oklahoma, BJ, Zach from Michigan. Hello, Zach. Let me get through the last few comments here. Ilka is here from Minnesota. Carol Ann from South Jersey. Kim Caldwell, hello. Christine from the San Francisco Bay Area. Hi, Christine. I know that area well. Let's see. Texas Tracy. Yes, I'm back. Hello, hello. Zandra is here. Oh, Zandra, I'm so happy to see you from Northern Kentucky. Karen from Delaware. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, and Peggy. Okay, I'm caught up as of right at this moment. Okay, so I'm going to flip my camera down in just a second. Today we're going to talk about using earring findings and components in usual ways and unusual ways. And I thought we would just focus on earring components, because most of you who make jewelry probably have a routine of the components that you use, but maybe you don't know of some that we have. So I thought I might show those off. So making sure you guys know what's available, maybe giving you some tips and tricks about earring components. And then I've just got a couple of fun techniques that you might want to try that are using the components in unusual ways. So let's flip the camera down. Watching at artbeads.com/live. That is the best place to watch the show live, or on replay for that matter. If you're watching there live, you're going to be able to see the chit chat that happens in the comments. So Michelle and Thaisa are here helping out with the questions and comments and all of that. They are lovely ladies, and you can chat with each other. You can ask me questions. Sometimes I'm terrible at seeing your comments, so I'm sorry for that. But you can chat with us while we are live. You can also shop the show live. So you should see a shopping bag icon on your screen. Depending on the device you're watching on, it could be in different places. But if you're watching on your phone, you're probably going to see it off to the right of your screen. So you can click on that at any point in time during the show. The show gets smaller on the screen, but doesn't go away. So you can hear us and see us, and you can shop while you watch. You can put things into your shopping cart. And we always like to remind you guys to please check out before the show is over. Don't forget about your cart, because some things are limited stock. And if you leave your cart, sometimes things go away. Thank you for the hearts. That's also something you can do if you're watching at artbeads.com/live. And just know, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, we can't see your comments, but we'll try and pop over there and check them out after the show so we can respond to anything you might have said there. I just dropped something on the floor. We're off to a great start. Okay, ear wires. This is a very common thing, something that you need for jewelry making and earring making. And there are so many different kinds of ear wires. Sometimes ear wires are the kind of thing that you are very picky about. Maybe you like a certain kind. You only use a certain kind. Now, ear wires can be used in different ways, depending on what kind of a project you have to hang from your ear wire. Sometimes you want your ear wire to be the star of the show, or to at least enhance your earring design. And sometimes you kind of want it to lay back and be a little more subdued and subtle. Hello, Susan J. So, I've got a bunch of fun ones here, and I just want to show you these. This is just a small sampling of what's available. So I held these up. I've used these so many times, and I really love them. These are a 14K/20 rose gold filled 18 by 26 millimeter balloon ear wire. These are really beautiful and kind of a big oversized ear wire. They've also got a really big loop at the bottom that you don't have to mess with. If you need to dangle a lot of things from these ear wires, you may want to get an ear wire like this. Let's see. Ruth Alice is saying, Deb, when you use those Leverbacks, do you squish them? We'll talk about those, Ruth, in just a minute. I'll show you the different kinds I've got here. So here's some really cool ones. This might be great for a design that you need to use a larger loop for at the bottom. And here's a mixed metal ear wire. I love these. So these, I think, I'm trying to find the right package here. These are sterling silver with a gold-filled ball. So a lot of you probably use those ear wires that have like a little coil on them. Instead of the coil, these have a little gold-filled ball on them. They've got a loop that you can open up. Or Santa Barbara. I've never tried the balloons. Can you show us how they hang on you? Let me grab them. I will try to remember at the end. I'm going to set them off to the side and try to remember to show you. These are like a more normal size, small size ear wire. They're really beautiful. So if you have a mixed metal design, this is a super cool ear wire to use. And we did a mixed metal show a few weeks back. So if you need some mixed metal ear wires to go with them, those are super fun. Here is here's a cool ear wire. If you need something that's got a little extra sparkle, that's got a little texture, these are gold-filled sparkle bass clef ear wires, and they are super neat shape. And they have that really cool sparkle to them. So I love these. I think these are super fun, very different. So if you were looking for something a little bit interesting to mix it up a little bit, those are fantastic. And then these are so much fun. These have a special place in my heart. These are sterling silver circle ball end ear wires. So they have a ball end, much like a French hook, but they're a really cool circular shape up top. Makes them fun, makes them interesting. So even if you guys have a favorite ear wire or a go-to ear wire, it's also nice to have a few interesting shapes and interesting different kinds of ear wires handy. So maybe you just want to shake it up a little bit with your designs. Now let's talk about those Leverbacks. So Ruth, there's a few different ones here. So here's a pair. Let me show you these first. These are limited stock, you guys. These are gold-plated Leverbacks, and Leverbacks are, they have a little lever or lever, however you pronounce it. They have this little hinge that will open up. So you put the ear wire on through your ear, and then you drop that lever up, and you've got a loop at the bottom where you can attach whatever it is that you're going to put on your ear wire. So, some of these seem like they would fall out. Well, we're going to talk about that too, Santa Barbara girls. So let me give you my advice about those shortly. So these do not have a loop that you can open. Sometimes a Leverback does, but this one you would need to actually either wire wrap directly to or attach with a jump ring. Are any of these good for sensitive ears? I can't seem to find ones that don't bother me. Jane, unfortunately, I didn't research that in advance of this show. That's a very good question. I don't know if that's something that we could tell you quickly, but maybe something that we could get back to you on. because, you know, there's these, and then there's so many other options on the website. So these do not open on these. Well, actually, did I try this one? Let me just take a quick look. These do open on these, right? So these do open. So you would twist them open just like you would a jump ring. So you don't want to pull it, you want to twist it open. And so if you do a wire wrapped bead, you can take that bead and put it onto your loop and then close that up. Some do not have an open close loop, but these are really nice. Some people really like this style. They find it very comfortable, and there's that security of that closure in the back. They're also very structured because of that kind of heavier metal, but these are not heavy. Just there's a lot more metal to them, so they're a more structured kind of ear wire. So that's one style, and there's only, I think, 13 of that pair left. So if you like those, don't miss out on those. Let's talk about this funky shape. I love these. I had no idea these existed, and then I found them on the website, and I'm like, these guys need to know about these. These are on clearance, so they may well be subject to that warehouse clearance sale that we have going on. So look at the shape. So from the front, they'll look like that, and then they've got this cool little latch here. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's just a little bit of a divot in the wire there that when you push that back up, it latches. So I'm looking off camera here. So let me look without the camera. It will catch on that latch, and then you've got a great, cool, interesting shape of an ear wire. So from the side, it looks really interesting. So let me see if I think this is the one that doesn't open. Oh no, this one opens too. Okay, so this one does open. So you would twist that open, and you can add your charms or wire wrapped beads or whatever it is that you want to add to your ear wire. And these are so cool. Elaine, you're not late. You can always go back and watch the very beginning if you'd like. These are gold plated, and they are actually, they're gold plated brass, and they are what's called a modern leverback earring, or leverback if that's how you like to pronounce it. These are a little bit different, and this is what Ruth, I think, was asking about. So these are interchangeable leverbacks. So let me tell you about these. So you'll see this is a little bit different. It's got this open loop at the bottom. It works the same way with the lever or the lever, little, hinged piece that will hold the ear wire, but it's got this open thing here. So what do we do with that? Well, if you want to, you can use it like a normal leverback, and you can add your piece and come in, and I already squeezed this one together, but you can come in with your chain nose and just ever so slightly give it a pinch once you've got your item attached. So if you've done a wire wrapped bead or a charm or something, you can take that and squish it together, and it will hold it there. And then, you can go on your merry way, and it's kind of a permanent earring. But the cool thing about these is that if you want to make an interchangeable earring, you can create a bunch of wire wrapped beads. So put some beads on head pins, different color beads, different shape beads, and you can open it up and slide your bead on the loop of your wire wrap loop, and it'll drop down. And because it's because it's a leverback, it's going to stay secure. So it might move around a little bit while you're wearing it, but it probably is not going to slide off. So it's something that maybe you want to offer as a set. If you sell your jewelry, maybe you want to offer it as a set. You put a little drop on there, and then you can make up some other wire wrap loops and include that, and it's a set. So this is really fun. And if you didn't know these existed, now you do. Super fun option. So I love these. I think these are really cool. And here's one, like I said, I closed this one up with my pliers. This one is what they look like when they come to you. So really fun, really cool earring component. Oh, and you added the rhodium ones. Thank you, Michelle. I didn't think to add the other colored ones to this. So let's talk about another couple of specialty items. So sometimes you're going to need earring components for people who don't have pierced ears. Maybe that people is you. Maybe that people is a friend. And maybe it's if you're offering that option in your, your shop or at a craft fair. Sometimes it's a good idea. Sometimes you have clientele that may need, they may need earrings that are not pierced. So here is a, what you would normally see as a clip-on earring. Now it's got that lever-ish kind of component that opens and closes. And it's got this open little perforated pad on the front. And these are yellow plated, and they're 14 millimeter. And what this allows you to do is take these. Oh, Michelle, are those people you? Oh my gosh, I didn't know. Well, clip-on earrings, I like to have these available to me because I do offer to change out earring components for people when I sell my jewelry. So I like to have these on hand. I don't use them every day, but when you need them, you need them. So this one though is not set up for like attaching a charm or anything, but it is set up for adding a component like a cabochon or a flat back. So this is something nice to have on hand. You can make the earring by gluing on or using a 2-part epoxy, putting on a flat back or something on it. And then, Ruth Alice, thank you for being here while you could. It was nice of you to stop in. So this is just something that you can make an earring your own and then offer it to someone who needs a clip-on type earring. There are also, and these are limited stock, you guys. So if you want to grab those, there's only a few of those left. These are in the clearance section, and these are a screwback. So screwbacks were kind of the first earring components that I think were available out there in the world. And the way this one is engineered is to go on the ear like this. So it opens. So you'd put it up to the earlobe and put it this way and then use the screw back to tighten it up against the back of the ear. Probably won't go that far, but it will then sort of secure the earring. And you have a loop, which is, I think, one that you can open. Actually, this is the one that doesn't open. So this is the one that I knew one of them didn't open. So let me see though, does this one open? And I just have one that doesn't. Nope, they do not open. So you'll want to use, you'll want to wire wrap directly to this or add a charm by way of a jump ring or something like that. These are pretty. So they look, they look like a normal earring, like a regular pierced earring, but they have that screw back and it's a lever at the same time. So you can, do a couple of things to make that work. Let's see, does Artbeads sell the little rubber protectors? We're going to talk about earring backs in a minute. We can actually go there next, you guys. You guys have already asked a couple questions about them. So those are your screw backs. And if you need those in your arsenal, they're good to have just in case you have clientele that need them. So let's talk about earring backs. I've got several of them to show you here. And I wanted to give you this idea, guys. So before I show you them, this is my jewelry brand. And when I sell a pair of post earrings, I put a little baggie of earring backs in my package to my customers. So they usually get a couple of different kinds, maybe 3 different kinds, and maybe one extra that they might, if they lose them, they've got their little kind of emergency kit. So just a suggestion, a thought, an idea. If you sell your jewelry and you sell a lot of earrings, that could be something that you can offer up your customers. So let me show you what we've got. So we've got a few different ones. There is a package of 144 pieces. Thanks, Jane. This is 144 pieces, and these are rubber earring backs. They are 3 by 3 millimeter, and they are clear. And there's so many different little rubber and silicone earring backs out there in the world. These are like a smooth one. So sometimes you see these, they are kind of ribbed. These are absolutely smooth, and the hole is down the center, and they are 3 by 3 millimeter. You get a bunch of these. So I always grab the different ones because of my little packs that I send out. Thanks, Santa Barbara girl. I just think it helps people. And this is why, so Santa Barbara girl, I think you were the one that said, some of those earrings look like that they might come out. Well, you need some of these. You need earring backs. Please don't wear earrings that have an open ear wire in the back without be like a stopper on them, because you can lose them. Oh, that's great, Carol Ann. So I think it is a great idea. So this is just, oh yeah, and definitely better than the erasers. Yes, I remember that, Karen. So this is one type. Then there's also this type. And these I've seen, these also you probably have seen with metal. So this part being metal and then this part being plastic. This is these are rubber. Yeah, these are also clear rubber. They're called bullet clutch with comfort disc. These components are nice with this flat disc because they give you some extra support. So if your earring is a little bit heavier, maybe your ear lobes are a little, saggier like mine. Maybe your pierced ear holes are a little bit stretched like mine. These are helpful. They add a little bit of extra support to hold those earrings on. Let's see what, Linda is saying. Do hate losing earrings. So I sold a pair of earrings to someone about a month ago, and she lost one the first time she wore them because she did not put on the little ear wires that I gave her. So this is another option for you. These are in the clearance section, by the way, so they might be subject to the sale. There's also these. I had never seen these before. These are dark. These are a black ear wire clutch. And they're just like the clear ones we looked at, but they're a smooth black one. So if you maybe have a darker earring, or you've got like darker hair, maybe you don't want the clear piece to be visible, this is another way to achieve that. And it's another option you can throw into your bag when you send people their little earring kit. You could also sell those little earring kits, by the way. So if you don't want to give them away, you could sell them. And these, you guys, are beautiful. So if you have a little swankier earring, you could go with something like this. So these are sterling silver, and they're a 7 millimeter premium earring back. And these have they're like the metal kind of wing back that you see, but they have this nice textured metal, and they just look so pretty. And they have on the other side of them, they look like this. So they're just a little extra. So if you want a metal earring back and you want something a little bit extra and you want the quality of sterling silver, this is another option. I would not put these in my giveaway bag, but I would use these if I've got a nicer high-end earring that maybe just needs that extra special earring back. So that's another option for you. And then these are cool. And I didn't realize that these were sold individually. So know that these are sold individually, and these are silicone. This is a 4-leaf clover earring back with a sterling, with a little bit of a sterling post in it. So it's got a little bit of a metal component in there, and it's surrounded by the silicone, and it's shaped like a 4-leaf clover. Oh, I got to take a sip of water, you guys. My throat is so dry. Okay. So these are sold individually. So if you want a pair, make sure you order 2. And they're just fun. They just add a little something extra. They're a little bit more substantive than those small cylindrical ones that we looked at. So these are great. These can do great things to help you not lose your earrings. So all of you here need to do a pinky pact with me that you're never going to wear an earring without an earring back, right? Are you all with me on that? Because especially if you make jewelry, you have to set a good example. So you're not going to encourage people to lose their earrings. All right. So we talked about ear wires. We talked about earring backs. Let's look at a few specialty things really quick, because there's also some other really fun things you can do with earrings. This isn't necessarily an earring finding, but this is really fun. So these come in a number of shapes, and they also come in different metal tones. I think they come in silver and gold, and then there's a couple of different shapes. Santa Barbara Girl's pinky promising me. Texas Tracy can pinky promise. Thank you guys. You got to do it. You got to set a good example for those out there. These are cool. These are sold as a pinch bail for earrings or pendants. And this one is gold tone, and it's oval shaped, and it has this kind of crisscross vibe. And I see Moni is agreeing. Oma is in. So that's good. So here we've got this little bail. And what you do with this is you open it up. I'm not going to open this one, but you open it up. You very cautiously open it to be careful not to bend it too much or break it. And then you can drop in a bead, put it into those 2 posts, and then you've got a really cool earring. All you need to do is add the loop up top to an ear wire. These are not heavy. So if you're worried about weight, these are not heavy, and that's what makes them additionally cool, because they're not heavy. So you get a nice, decent size earring. And I added a prestige pearl to mine, which I don't have in the show. I think Thais or Michelle, it's like it's prestige 5810. It's a 10 millimeter round pearl crystal rouge. Super cool bead, and just makes a really cool earring. So depending on the bead you use, it's going to be a completely different look. So that's a fun thing for earrings. Just a really interesting, unique way to make something. And if you sell your earrings or gift your earrings, you can give the gift of something really interesting and different. Now, here's another thing that we're going to talk about post earrings. You could add a swivel clasp, Santa Barbara Girl. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that pearl is on clearance? No way. Oh my gosh, I need to get some of those on clearance. Okay, you guys have probably seen me use these before on the show if you watch the show regularly. These are post earrings, and these are actually this size. I know this size is on clearance. It is a titanium earring, 11 millimeter post. It's got this flat pad that you can add something to. So if you've got a cabochon or a large flat back, you can take these and drop something onto them and, glue something onto them. So use a 2-part epoxy or resin or really nice jewelry grade glue. And then all you need are some earring backs, and you are good to go. So you can make a really cool post earring, and these come in several sizes. Let me show you the stainless steel ones I pulled. So these are a smaller version, and these are stainless steel. These have a 5 millimeter flat pad. So if you've got a smaller flat back crystal or a smaller cabochon, you can just glue that right on, grab some earring backs, and those can go, go a long way. And I like to have several of these available because sometimes I run across something really cool that can be made into a post earring. So, how do you keep your stones from coming off the post? So, Oma, I like 2-part epoxy for this kind of application. 2-part epoxy can be a little challenging to work with, but I find that is probably the best way. But I also use E6000. So E6000 is a nice glue, jewelry grade glue, and it's the kind of thing that I wouldn't use for a very, very heavy cabochon or piece, but a bit of a lighter weight piece, and that should do just fine. So, Marianne's opening up her package from Artbeads. Hello. Fun time opening up the little goodies. So that's a cool post. But then if you don't want to do any of the gluing or any of that kind of stuff, there are lots of other options for post earrings that have a little bit of something to them. So I'm going to show you these earring examples first. This is a pair of earrings I made either last year or the year before. And these are tiara cast posts. They're a gold hammer tone post. You get a pair of them. And look at the nice detail on these, a nice quality detail on these. They have a loop at the bottom, and I believe the loop is closed. Yes, it most definitely is closed. And I just wire wrap some beads on, and these are very elegant and beautiful ear wire or earring posts. So this is something that you might want to pick up. If you like to make post earrings, there are all kinds of beautiful options. We've got a lot of them. So this is one, and they're really lovely. And of course, tiara cast is amazing quality. How about, here's another gold one, and these are a little more simple. So they're like a simple little button, but these are also tiara cast. And they are 8mm, they're gold-plated pewter, and they're a dome earring. So the loops at the bottom are closed again, but you can wire wrap directly on them or attach a charm or something with a jump ring. And they are really beautiful. They do not come with earring backs, so you'll want to pick up some earring backs to make sure that folks can put them on. You can put them on. If you're gifting them, you can, gift them with the earring backs. So yeah, Jane, I think these are so pretty. Now let's look at some silver ones. These are fun. I love these. And these come with earring backs, actually. So there's a couple of earring backs in this package. These are stainless steel, which is, I'll say, I forget who asked the question earlier about kind of sensitivity. Stainless steel is supposed to be really good for sensitive ears. So these are 10mm circle posts, and they have a loop at the bottom or a hole in the circle so that you can attach something. So they're kind of that, it's got a really circular shape, very popular shape. And all you need to do is wire wrap a bead or add something with a jump ring, and you've got a really cool pair of earrings. And these actually do come with the earring backs. And these are those kind of wing nut earring backs. So the metal wing nuts like this. So they look like that on the side. Here's where you would push in the post, and that's how they would look from the back. So these are great. I love these. I thought they were really fun. Just a nice, clean shape. And then these are a little bit more fancy, and they are fabulous. This is an Artbeads sterling silver, classy pseudo teardrop ear post. And these have kind of a bit of, they kind of maybe look like a leaf. They have a little bit of a kind of a texture to them. They almost look hammered, but not quite. And they have this loop at the bottom to add whatever it is you're going to add. A lovely, lovely earring post. And these do not have earring backs with them, so you want to pick up a pack of those earring backs and you can use them. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. Hey, Deb, what have I missed? Well, Monica, you might have to go back. We've been on for 40 minutes, but we are talking about earring components and using them in usual and unusual ways. So I got to get a move on because I've got lots more to show you, but these are great. And they are stamped 925 on the back. They are sterling. So the quality, oh dang, she says they are quality, you guys. And if you just want a simple, post earring, you can get this little, sterling silver 4mm ball post earring, and they have the loop at the bottom. And I need to look up. Yes, these can open and close. So you would just open them like a jump ring, open that guy up, and then attach whatever you need to attach. Come in with your pliers, close that guy up. You'll need some earring backs. And this is great for if you've got multiple piercings. You could use this in any one of your piercings. Now I'm going to hold this for a moment because I want to show you what else you could do with this. We're not going to make this, but I don't know how many of you have done an ear cuff before. So I did a YouTube video for Artbeads either last year or the year before, and I made ear cuffs. And to make an ear cuff, you need an ear cuff. To make an ear cuff earring, now you could just do a ready-made ear cuff like this and put it into that space on your ear where you kind of have enough room to get this around it. I'm not sure what that part of the ear is called, but you can pop this on. This is very decorative. This one is called, this is made by B&B Ben Bassett. It's silver-plated brass squiggle ear cuff. You could just do this ready to wear and do nothing else. But you can also attach things to the ear cuff and then attach it to, this is another ear cuff. This is also B&B Ben Bassett, silver-plated brass. It's a plain ear cuff with ring. It's a closed ring. So I've got two pieces here. So what would I do with this to make a fancy ear cuff? Well, I'll show you a few examples. This is from the video I made, and this is using the exact same ear cuff, a little bit of a different post, but I took that ear cuff and I attached some chain, and then I took that chain all the way up to the post earring, and then I wire wrapped some beads onto my chain, and I even added an extra bead there and an extra bead there. And so this is going to go higher up on your ear, and this is going to go into your piercing. And you've got this fun dangly piece that's going to go all along the ear. Oma, if you guys are interested in this, if we've got enough stock of these things, I could do a show about these. These are so fun to make. This is one that I made with all kind of blue crystals. Then I did this one with this guy, and I actually attached things to it. So up top, I added some dangles of some crystals, and then I just used a simple piece of chain. And then, Thaisa, thank you. And then I don't know if this post is available anymore, but I took that post and I added the chain to this and a couple more dangles. So super fun. If you like just a little kind of earring goodness, a little fun extra goodness, there's all kinds of fun things you can do. Here's another one with that plain cuff. And I did another one of these boxy posts. I don't know if those are available, but I added some wire wrapped beads to both of the pieces. And yeah, ear cuff show, check. Okay, you guys, now I'll make sure we've got stock and we can do this, but you're going to need some of these posts. And there might be some posts too that are different. So I didn't check to see if the cubes or that other little kind of picot shape is available, but definitely grab the cuffs. I think this cuff is actually on clearance, so it might even be on sale right now. This one I don't think is on clearance, but both both silver plated, nice quality. B&B Ben Bassett does a nice job of their components. So let me put the ear cuffs aside. I'm going to put them all together, and I'm going to remind and set them aside because I want to remember to schedule a show. I'll check the stock and all that good stuff for you guys. All right, one more fun thing before I show you my favorite thing today, and that's these ear wires. These are my absolute favorite ear wires. I wear a lot of earrings made with these kidney-shaped earring findings. So there are a couple different size and shape here. Now, there are multiple sizes of these kinds of kidney ear wires. They're called kidney ear wires because they kind of are shaped like a kidney bean. And they are a very elongated ear wire. In these two cases, these are larger ones. You probably remember smaller ones of these if you were around in the 70s and the 80s. They used to be the kind of one of the mainstay ear wires. The gold ones, like I have in my hand, I'll put them both here, are kidney wire hooks, 36 millimeter gold plated. And I think this is sold as 10 pairs. So these are fabulous. And I'm going to show you a couple things about these in just a minute. The silver ones are a little bit longer. These are 47 millimeters and they are silver plated. I think these are also sold in 10 pairs. These are great and I love them for a few reasons. So let me show you the first reason. So I'm going to grab a strand of beads. These are also in today's show. These are check glass 8 millimeter milky pink moon dust. And I'm going to cut open my strand. I probably should have done that before the show, but these are a lovely bead. I mean, I just love these. They're fabulous. You need some round nose pliers and you need a head pin. And I know I have a smaller one somewhere, but let me grab this large one. So I've got two sizes of head pins in the show. I don't need a 3-inch head pin for this, but I'm going to show you anyway. So I'm going to take my bead, just going to do a simple wire wrap loop. You guys probably know by now, I kind of do a weird wire wrapping technique. But I'm going to do just a few wraps around that bead or that head pin. I'm going to come in and trim off my excess. I'm going to grab my chain nose and just tuck in that little excess piece, straighten out my loop, and I'm going to put this on this ear wire. Now, I'm going to do a couple of tricks that I like to do here. Oma says I used to wear them a lot back in the 80s, but after children, I stopped when they would pull on the kidney ear wires. Yeah, I imagine that wasn't too pleasant. So you can take your bead and you can put it onto your kidney ear wire and drop it into that loop, that half loop there. What I like to do is I like to come in with my chain nose and just come up and put the chain nose right on either side of that half loop, and I close mine up. That gives you some security for that little piece that you put at the bottom, whether it's a bead or a charm or whatever you're putting on. What I also like to do, because when you push that together, it kind of warps this little piece. That's your latch to connect your ear wire so that it doesn't come off. And again, losing earring, you want to make sure that you latch these. So I like to take my chain nose and twist that down a little bit, all while that little loop stays closed. You might still have to come back in one more time and give that a squeeze. and then you can close up that kidney. And I'm telling you, there's something about a kidney ear wire and a little bead dangling from it, my ears. I go to the grocery store and somebody says, "Oh my God, I love those earrings." And it's like the simplest thing, but this ear wire is magic. So scoop these up while we have them, guys. This is the first time I've seen them in stock for a while. So these are gorgeous. They are so easy to work with, but I'm going to show you one more thing I like to do with them. So I've got a few beads in the show today, not a lot, but if you like that concept, you can grab some and start playing around with them. This is another thing I like to do. This is a button, and this is a kidney ear wire, and these are earring backs, clear earring backs. So this is a Raven's Journey. This is a Raven's Journey button. So it's a check glass button. And if you were to put a button onto this kind of an ear wire, it would fall. Texas Tracy says it's cutting out. Is anybody else experiencing that? If you are, let me know, Michelle, if you think I need to pause the show. Let me know if I need to pause the show. Okay. You guys, hang for a second. I'm going to pause the show. So hang with me. It's going to go, you're going to see a screenshot just shortly, but I'll come right back. So I hope that maybe it's better. Okay, it's all good. All right, Michelle, thank you. Okay, so this is a little trick I like to do, and this is just an idea. Sometimes you find beautiful buttons that have a shank on the back, and you can take your button, put it on, and wedge it between two silicone earring backs. Now, I'm going to be completely transparent. The ones that I put in the show today, these rubber ones, are a little too slick for this style, and this silicone one is not available. But what I wanted to tell you was this is an option for you on this kind of an ear wire, and it's not perfect. That button still can move around, but you can also add a little dangle at the bottom, add a charm at the bottom. It's just another fun thing that you can do if you like a button and you want to do something with your shank button. You can take those little earring backs, squish them together, add your button, and it's just great for these kidney ear wires. So I typically do a button and then a bead, like just a pretty bead. So for this one, maybe I'd pick out like a gold bead and I'd wire wrap it. I do that other trick that I showed you, pinching that loop a little closed there, and then you've got just an interesting, fun, unique earring. And I've got like, I think I've got a YouTube video on my channel where I do that whole technique and show that kind of a thing. So if you're interested, let me know. I can always point you in that direction. But these are my favorite ear wires, guys. And I have to say, you'll see these in the show. But I was away after I I got this order. I didn't open it up. These are some shank buttons by Tierra Cast, but they are oriented the wrong way. Like the shank is oriented the wrong way. Maybe that doesn't bother you, but these are cool buttons nonetheless. So if you see those in the shopping bag, I mean, you can use buttons for a lot of other things, but I was intending to make that kind of earring with them, and it just didn't quite work out because of the orientation of the button. So anyways, magic. I would love to see you guys try making earrings with your kidney ear wires. They're super fun. All right, I have one last thing, and this is my favorite thing. Absolute favorite thing. So you may have seen this. I've seen this around. I've seen a few people do this. And I think I did a project for somebody, creating an earring by adding a little dangle to your earring back. So there are some wing nuts in the show. So we talked about earring backs a little bit earlier, but I didn't show you the earring backs that you can use for this project, but also for other earrings, so other post earrings. So these are just your typical wing nut type earring back. These are sterling silver and they're nice and lightweight, but they're so bright and pretty. And you can use these to create a fun little dangle in the back of your earring. Now, I picked up these stainless steel post earrings. Let me find the actual piece. So these post earrings with a 4mm CZ and loop. So they come with the earring backs, and these are bigger than the ones I just showed you, but they are a CZ. And I'm a wing nut too, Santa Barbara girl, as you know. So it's got a little CZ and it's got this loop on it. And I think the loop opens, I can't remember. Actually, I don't think this one opens. This is also one that I checked. It doesn't open. So if you get this piece, then there's another thing you can pick up that matches these, and it is a connector. And so if you see this, you can pick these up as well. These match. They're not the same size, but they match. So this is a stainless steel channel link connector with 6mm CZ. So the front has the CZ. The back is just a shiny metal. And these two things can come together in a couple of ways. Now you could add this with a jump ring and add the bead at the bottom and you've got an earring. But in this case, I did an earring where you've got two pieces that make your earring fun. So I took a head pin, a ball-in head pin, and I wire wrapped a bead. And I wire wrapped it directly to the link. You could add it with a jump ring if you're more comfortable. And I pulled off the earring back. So I'll show you, where's the earring back? Oh, here's the earring back. So I pulled off the earring back that looks like this, a little wing nut style. And it's got two loops on it. And they're closed onto the piece. So they're not going to come open. And what I did was I determined kind of how long I wanted the back to be for this piece to be visible. So I took some jump rings and added them. So I made this like little piece of chain with jump rings. And in order for this little connector to orient in the right direction, you will have to use more than one jump ring to make sure it faces forward because you're connecting it to a piece that is facing forward. So I always use more than one jump ring when I can. So each section is two jump rings. And I connected that connector and then I used another one of the same beads and wire wrapped that. So you could wear the earring just like this and grab another earring back. And you've got a simple little, CZ and bead earring, dangle earring. Easy, simple, pretty. Or you can go extra and create your back. And now you've got this double dangle, one that hangs in the front of your ear and one that hangs in the back. And I love how the earring post and this connector match. So it just makes this extra fun. Now this back piece could be longer. This front piece could be longer. You could play around with all kinds of ideas here. So just something to think about. I'm going to actually show you what this looks like on. Now, this is not hard to make, so I'm not going to make this today because we're already at our time, but it's super easy to make, you guys. Just attach your jump rings to one of the loops on your wing nut, and then just continue on until you get to your desired length. And this is just really, really fun. So I'm going to flip up. I'm going to show you a few things on so that you can see. So show you the different earring types. And I got to take off my earrings. Talk about earrings. This was something we made, I think, last year sometime. Just a fun, filigree, crazy earring. Very elegant statement. Let's do and you see, I took off my silicone backs on mine. So I'm not wearing earrings without my earring backs. You guys have to pinky promise me. Oh, thank you, Liddy. That's so nice. All right, so here's our double earring. And I'm going to put the post in, and then I'm going to put that earring back on. And I'm going to hopefully be able to get up close enough. It's a little close, but look at that. You've got a dangle in the front, a dangle in the back. These are great going out dancing earrings because these things move around so nicely. It's a really fun earring. And you can do these, guys, if you have those wing nuts. So if you pick up the sterling silver ones that were in the show, these are a little bit smaller, but still they will work because they have those two little loops. So grab some jump rings. I used 4mm jump rings to create that little chain. You could even use chain, by the way, and you could just do a dangle. You don't even need a connector like I used. You could just add a bead to the post and then add a piece of chain in the back and another drop earring. There are endless possibilities with this idea, but I love how elegant these are. I'll put a picture of these in the series Artbeads Facebook group so you guys can see that. And I think it was Santa Barbara Girl wanted to see these balloon ear wires and how they might look. So here they are. This is the one we looked at when we were talking about ear wires. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus. A nice big ear wire. So let me drop that one on. And I would use an earring back for these. So kind of hard to see, but here's the bottom. So let me see if I can show you. Here's the bottom. So it hangs down a little bit. So maybe a little bit longer. I'm going to do the kidney too, Jane. So it hangs down a little bit longer. So it's got a little bit more of a dramatic look, a little bit more of an interesting vibe. I love these, you guys. And I love that there's a lot of space in that loop. Maybe you want to do more than one bead. Wire wrap a bunch of beads. You've got a little cluster at the bottom of these. Yeah. Okay, here is the lever, or the, here's the kidney, and it's just got one bead on it, you guys, just one pretty bead. So look at that. Like, that is so fun. And it's lightweight. These kidney ear wires are lightweight. They're not heavy. So if you just are responsible with the weight of the beads you're working with, so it just is elegant and feminine and just has nice movement. So that's fun. I'll show you with the button on it. Now, this isn't finished because I still would have liked to add a bead to it. But if you want to put a button on your ear wire, let's see if I can do this. So there's our button. And actually, when you have the silicone things, you can move the button too. So if you want it in a specific location. So you could do your button on your ear wire and then add another little drop below it. And you can put, like I said, you can position it the way you want. I'm trying to get it to go upwards a little bit so it's facing forward a little better. But that's a fun way to display a button. Karen says a back, maybe with a bit of chain or drop. Yeah. You guys, I mean, the options are endless. And I wanted to share with you guys today some of the fun earring components that you can find here at artbeads.com. So if you have an open cart, please make sure that you check out so you don't miss some of these things, because some of these things had like 10 $9. Some things might take a while to restock. So if you like the kidney ear wires, they're in stock now, but we haven't had them for a while. The little connector pieces, yeah, I mean, we don't want you to miss out on these things. So if you check out, you can be assured that they're going to be on their way to you, and you can start playing around and making fun earrings. And gosh, you guys, make up some little earring back kits. Maybe sell them if you sell your jewelry or have a little Etsy shop or something. That's another fun idea for you. So last but not least, you guys, don't miss the warehouse clearance sale and the free USA shipping, $49 or more. And check out the new butterfly beads and all kinds of other fun things. I think there is an art bead show tomorrow of Julie's. It might be pre-recorded, but I'm not certain. But I will be back Monday morning. I've got a fun show for you, something that's a little bit Tucson inspired for you. Tucson Gem Show inspired. And yeah, and just watch artbeads.com. We always have some fun things for you. So thank you guys for all being here and spending a little of your time on a Friday afternoon. Have a great weekend. Go make something, and I'll see you on Monday morning, you guys. Bye, everybody.